Today is the 16th of August 2021, and as you can probably see, it is another beautiful day in Hawke's Bay, a beautiful winter's day. You can tell it's winter because the trees still have no leaves, although spring has definitely sprung and daffodils are out and flowering cherries are really starting to bloom. But at the same time, we've also got the winter flowering wattles. That yellow you can see over there it's a bit of a pest of a plant actually, because it does affect some people from a respiratory perspective, but they make jolly good firewood. Anyway, yesterday I made a start on removing all the trellis and that was along beside the shed there, which I have done, which is a good thing because it's now sitting down there beside my workshop, and I'm going to repurpose it temporarily in another place. I think I've mentioned before that I am planning to revamp all the veggie garden over here next door, but not immediately, and also this deck and various other bits. But what's happened is that we have a family who have come to stay in the B&B here, and they could be here for weeks, or I'm not sure, and they're not sure either. They need to find a more permanent rental arrangement. So they have a 1-year-old who learnt to walk while they were in managed isolation. So I thought, so I spoke to them when they came, and they said yes, if we could please have a fence for both the veggie garden here and also at the other end of this area where it does drop off. You can't really tell from the video, but it drops off quite precipitously just here. Maybe if I come around this way you'll be able to see it more. And so there you go. I'm planning to repurpose these two bits of, they were actually gates and they will be gates again to some extent, so they're going to be at this end, and the trellis that I've taken down I'm going to put at this other end down here. I'm going to cut it in half so it'll be 900 high, and because I'm a person who doesn't tend to throw away what could be useful timber, I have these old fence palings that actually came from somewhere else, and because these posts and the rail that was on the top of them is really past its best before, but they will do the job for now. So I got out my laser level, which you can see there, and set the height at this end, and this one, because this is the highest, because the land actually slopes towards the house slightly. And I've done 3 and I've got 1 to go. So once I had that height sorted, I then marked the posts. What's best to show you? Probably this one here. I then marked it. That's where the laser line comes. In fact, if we come around here, you should be able to see that on there. There you go. And so I knew that the top of the post was 82 millimeters above that mark, so I marked all the posts at 82 millimeters, and I'm about to fix the last one to the post just with a couple of screws on the side of it. Then the rail that was on here, there was a bit of an issue, apart from the fact that the rail's actually getting a bit rotten, but it was wider than it is now, which meant that if I tried to screw it to this, it was going to end up basically like that, because I had to have it flush on one side for the trellis to go onto, and that wouldn't really have worked for obvious reasons. So what I did was I just ripped 10 mils off the side of it, because it's a bit of rubbish wood that's going to go anyway, and so that it then sits nicely on top of these fence palings. So once I have fixed this last post and put the rail on, we'll be ready for the trellis. But I'll also be ready for some lunch at that point, so I'll go and do that and then come back and do the trellis. I'll give you another update a bit later. because I know these posts aren't particularly plumb, what I'm doing is I'm checking whether I need this batten that I'm attaching to be proud of the post at the top or the bottom. It would appear that in this instance it needs to be proud at the bottom, so what I'll do is I'll fix the top flush with the post, and then I can kick the bottom out as I need to. And if I shade this appropriately, it's the problem. If I just shade that, I can then bring this up, hopefully, to where it needs to be. About there somewhere. That'll do. The clamp on it can't go anywhere. These, by the way, are a wonderful invention. When I was doing the kit set shed over the other side, I bought some that are about 900 long, which were really great because the panels were 600, and it meant I could clamp across the panel. Because this is old timber, I actually pre-drilled the battens. It just makes life a lot easier. And there we have it. Hopefully childproof. Well, for a 1-year-old and a 5-year-old anyway. Not the prettiest, I realise. And the reason why the pickets are on the other side obviously is so that they can't use the rails to climb out with or climb out on. And can't remember whether I showed you this bit, but here is the trellis down here. Again, not the prettiest, but it'll do the job. It also doesn't look very level, but anyway, that's okay. It'll do what it's supposed to do. I think there's a wee hole down here that I think I might plug up as well. That's it for today. Bye.